Pop quiz, gents. What are the best 3 hairstyles that suit you? Now, if you're anything like the majority of men out there, you have absolutely no idea. If that's your answer, don't worry, I got you covered. And to make it even simpler, gents, down in the description of today's video, I'm gonna link over to a free infographic at realmenrealstyle.com that you can go over and reference at any point that you want to be able to get the perfect hairstyle for your face shape. So the first face shape we're going to talk about, we've got the rare diamond face. The classic diamond face is going to have wide, high cheekbones with a narrow forehead and a narrow chin. Examples being Pete Davidson and Keanu Reeves. So if you've got a diamond-shaped face, the hairstyles that you want to avoid are going to be shorter hairstyles and tight side haircuts. The reason being is these make your cheekbones look even wider, and what we're looking for here is balance. So first up, we've got the fringe haircut, also known as the bangs, and this is going to be a shorter haircut for guys that allows a guy's hair to go over the forehead. What I like about this hairstyle is it helps to balance out the wide cheekbones. Another option is going with a medium length swept back look. So this is going to be a hairstyle, again, where the hair is going straight back, but you've got it a little bit longer. You've got some volume on top, which is going to bring balance to the face. You can also bring in a number of longer style haircuts with layers. Now, of course, the key with this layered cut is that you have the length, but again, if you've got this face shape, this one is just going to be able to balance out those wide cheekbones. Next up, we've got the triangle face shape. This is going to have a wider jawline, wider cheekbones, but a thinner forehead. Examples are going to be musician Keith Urban, actor Ryan Reynolds, Jesse Metcalfe, and Justin Timberlake. And the hairstyles that you want to avoid are going to be the undercut and anything that's got tight sides. Now, these are great hairstyles that have been trending, but they can make your jawline look even bigger, almost comical. And unless you're Giga Chad, it's going to be very difficult to pull that off. So for the rest of us, what are the best hairstyles that suit this face shape? So first up, let's check out the textured crop. This style is going to add more volume to the top, and it's going to balance out that wide jaw. Next up, we've got the side part, but with a bit more volume. Giving a little bit more volume right there on top is going to bring balance to the overall face. And I'm going to go ahead and throw out the quiff or the pompadour. I think either one of these, adding that bit of volume up on top. Again, when you've got that large pronounced jaw, being able to, hey, balance out that thin forehead with a bit more hair on top is going to look good. Next up, we've got the inverted triangle. And this is where we're going to have a wider forehead, wide cheekbones, but a thinner jawline. Examples are Robert Pattinson, Channing Tatum, Bradley Cooper, Chris Pine, and Justin Bieber. This one, what we want to be careful of is too much volume on top. It's just going to make you look top heavy, and it doesn't really work for this face shape. That being said, this may sound like a contradiction, but one of the hairstyles that does work with this is if you've got medium length hair and you go for the straight swept back. Now, the key difference here is we're not looking to add a whole lot of volume by going high. We're going straight back, maybe using a product to keep it in place, but by doing this right here, all of a sudden you're bringing balance to the face. The next hairstyle that works really great with this face shape is going to be the side part. Now, whether you part on the left or the right doesn't matter, because it's going to be the asymmetry here that's going to bring a bit of balance to that wider forehead. And if you go see a stylist, maybe ask about a textured fringe. What's really nice about the textured fringe, if done correctly, it can bring balance, a little bit more width to the lower part of the face. Next up, we've got the square face shape. A square face is defined by the angles on the forehead, on the jawline, and the straight lines on the sides of the face. Celebrities with this face shape are going to be Brad Pitt, Arnold Schwarzenegger, David Beckham, Tom Cruise, and Johnny Depp. So if you've got a square face shape, you're actually in luck. There are very few hairstyles that aren't going to work for you. Fringes may be that hairstyle you want to avoid, and because that can soften the edges a bit too much, and it can make your face look rounded. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I know a lot of guys with the square face shape, they do like the angles that their face has. So what are the hairstyles that suit the square face shape best? First up, let's look at the crew cut. Now, this particular style, especially with a minimal side and slightly longer top, this will complement a strong angular features of a square face. Next up, we've got the buzz cut, which I know a lot of guys really haven't tried because they've got this idea in their head it's the hairstyle of a bully. But I mean, during the summer, during the warmer months, this is definitely something, if you've got a square face, you should try, because it just really complements the overall look of the face. That being said, remember, a lot of these shorter styles, they are going to be casual. So if you want to keep a bit of length on and you've got a square face, a hairstyle that you're going to want to look at is the lightly layered cut. This is going to slightly soften the angles, which isn't always a bad thing, but it's not going to hide them. And again, if this is fresh, it's clean, you went to a great stylist to be able to get this done, I think actually it can be a very professional look. Now guys, for most of these hairstyles, you're going to need the right hair product. Sometimes you just need a minimum hold. A styling cream is going to work perfectly fine. You put this in your hair after getting out of the shower, and it's going to keep your hair in place, but still allow a bit of movement. Other times you're going to need something like a matte mud. As you can see here, it's got a hold factor of 4. This is going to keep your hair in place all day and allow you to have some of those styles that really you want to keep everything as it is. Just going for a straight up natural look, but you want to add a bit of volume, look at a sea salt spray. That being said, gents, no matter what hair product you're looking for, you can find it over at Vitaman, the sponsor of today's video. Now, gents, as one of the owners of Vitaman, I'm a bit biased, but I do think we make the best damn grooming products on the planet. Seriously, all of our products are made in Australia using natural and organic ingredients. On top of that, our products are made specifically to deal with your issues. If you're dealing with thinning hair, we've got a thinning hair treatment kit. It comes with a volumizing shampoo, volumizing conditioner, and hair food specifically designed to strengthen, volumize, and thicken thinning to fine hair from the root up. Everything we sell over at Vitaman is backed up by our 100% money-back guarantee. So there's no risk on your end, and you can try Vitaman products to see the Vitaman difference. So gents, if you're ready to have amazing looking hair, use that link in the description of today's video to get the best deal on the web. Now, the reality is very few of you are going to fit into exactly one category, but you should be able to look at yourself in the mirror and you should be able to get a rough general of where you're going to be. Now, the good thing is if you've got features of 2 to 3 different face shapes, guess what? Most of the hairstyles we're talking about are actually going to suit you. And gents, just out of curiosity, I'd love to hear down below what face shape is yours. Next up, let's talk about the rectangular face shape. Very similar to the square face shape, but what we're going to notice is the length is going to be a bit longer. Celebrities with this face shape include Idris Elba, Will Smith, Ben Affleck, and Adam Levine. Now, if you've got a rectangle face shape, you want to be careful of long hair. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it just elongates the face even more than it is. So the best suited hairstyles, let's go with a side part either side with a bit of a wave in it. I like this one because it adds a bit of width, it adds a bit of softness and balance without making the face look longer. Next up, we've got a scissors cut with a short back and side. Again, this adds a bit of width onto the sides and brings balance to the face. And next up, we've got a brushed up hairstyle. Now you're going to leave a little bit of length on the sides. Don't go for it shaved on the sides because that's just going to lengthen the face. And again, not going to be for everyone. I think it's more of a young man's look, but older guys can pull it off as well. Again, if you've got any questions, the big thing I will say is go talk to your stylist. If you're just going to the same barber, I love a good barber. But the best stylists out there and the ones that you're going to pay good money for are trained up on face shapes, and they're all about finding balance and finding a hairstyle that really works for you. The next face shape is going to be the round face shape, and the proportions here are about 1 to 1. The length and the width are about the same. Celebrities with this face shape are going to be Kanye West, Gerald Butler, Jack Black, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, if you've got a round face, there is a hairstyle that you do want to avoid for this very common face shape, and that is the buzz cut. Now, for the majority of you, this wasn't even an option, but if you're a younger guy and you've got a round face and you want to go for that buzz cut, it's just going to make your face look even rounder. Instead, some of the styles that are going to work really well, but may require your hair to grow out a bit, pompadour. Definitely check it out. A lot of people think it's too old school, a little bit too much. No, there are different ways to be able to style a pompadour. You could even go with a quiff, but either one of those, having a little bit of volume on top does a lot for a round face. That being said, you want something a little bit shorter, but you still want something a little bit fun, check out the faux hawk. The faux hawk adds height to the middle, and this creates an illusion of a little bit more of an elongated face. And a bonus haircut, guys, check out the undercut. Again, a lot of guys that have rounder faces, they stay away from this, but you go to the right styles, you get this done correctly, an undercut on a round face can look good. And finally, we've got oval face shape. This is the most common face shape on the planet. About half the men out there, this is your face shape. Now, an oval face shape is defined as the length being 1.5 times the width. Basically, a 1.5 to 1 ratio. Celebrities that have an oval face shape are going to be George Clooney, Jake Gyllenhaal, Jude Law, Ryan Gosling, and Zac Efron. And as I said earlier, this is about half of the men out there, or at least they've got a lot of features of an oval face. Lucky for you, there are tons of hairstyles that work. That being said, there are some that you do want to avoid. The fringe, forward fringe, these ones, yeah, just really don't work necessarily for this face shape. Some guys pull it off, but for the majority of you guys, this is a style you're going to want to avoid. The hairstyles you're going to want to check out, first up, the classic shortcut. This maintains the natural balance of the oval face and can be styled in a variety of ways. What I like about this is you can add product, you can go sans product, you can choose to wear this just in a variety of different styles. That being said, if you're going to grow your hair a bit longer, you've got the quiff, you've got the pompadour, and of course, if you just wanted to go straight back and just, the tussle look with being able to run your fingers through it with a little bit longer hair, this is an excellent look for an oval face. That being said, if you're a professional and whether or not you've got medium or short length hair, look at the side part. And a quick hacker, if you want a bit more volume with your side part, switch sides. A lot of guys always go, I know I'm usually on this side right here, but if you can switch sides, and most of us can, you'll find that actually because your hair is used to be combed a certain way, all of a sudden you're going to have a lot more volume on top. And speaking of adding volume on top, guys, check out this video right here where I show you the hacks and tricks in a matter of minutes how to get more volume on the top area of your hair. One of them, I will tell you, is using a bit of heat, knowing how to use a hair dryer. It's not that difficult. Guys, I cover it in this video right here. You're going to enjoy it. If you want great looking hair, boom, check out this video right there.